Okay, another summer favorite barbecue sauce. This is a peach barbecue sauce, so it's going to be really great all summer long. Or save it for wintertime when you want to, like oven roast some chicken or something like that, oven barbecue something, and you want to add a little bit of burst of summertime. This barbecue sauce is so good. It's really delicious on some chicken or some ribs off the grill. It is a favorite, and it's also really easy to just kind of use whatever you have. I'm using some spring onions that I had in my fridge, and I didn't want to go bad. I also used some peppers from last year's garden harvest, so I had some bell peppers in there, some banana peppers, and some jalapeno peppers. Really just make it how you want it. I will have the recipe at the end, but it's pretty flexible. You can really adapt it to what you have in your fridge and what you don't want to go bad. So you're gonna want 2 cups of onions. Um, I had about a cup of bell peppers. You can use between a cup to 2 cups of bell peppers, or whatever peppers you need. I would have loved to have more peppers, but I just didn't have them in my fridge, and that's okay. And then measure the garlic with your heart. The recipe, I think, calls for 3 tablespoons, but I love garlic, so just threw a whole bunch in there. And then I'm also leaving all the skins on my peaches. Your girl's lazy, and I just did not feel like taking the skins off. Plus, you get a little extra fiber and nutrients from the skins. You could peel the skins if you wanted to, but it doesn't detract from the flavor, and it gives a really great color to the barbecue sauce. So I leave all mine on. I ended up adding 16 cups of peaches, which was 17 peaches. So it's 16 cups, and it's usually between 17 to 20 peaches. It just really depends on the size of the peach that you're cutting up as to how many it's going to be. I'm cutting up all of my ingredients, and then I'm going to add in my dry ingredients, which is a bunch of spices and sugar, and then I'll also add in my apple cider vinegar and Worcestershire sauce and molasses. And then we're going to put that on the stove to bring to a boil. Once it's going to boil, I will immersion blend my ingredients. You could also blend all your ingredients right now at this point. Once you're done chopping them, you could just blend it all together, and then you wouldn't have to immersion blend. But your girl is lazy, and I didn't want to dirty any more dishes than I needed to. So I'm just gonna bring it to a boil, and then I'll immersion blend. So yeah, just want to give it all a good stir. You can use honey instead of brown sugar, but I didn't have honey. So brown sugar it is. And brown sugar just brings that extra like caramely, molassesy flavor to it. Also, look at how pretty that is. I almost hate to immersion blend it. Sometimes I'll like blend it and leave some chunks still in there, but super pretty. It's such a delicious barbecue sauce. It looks really beautiful. And then once it comes to a boil, you're just blending it down with an immersion blender. Or, like I said, you could have blended it before this time. And you just want to blend it to whatever consistency you want. I really wanted to go smoother this time. So I blended basically everything up in there. And then you're going to cook it down for about 25-30 minutes until it gets to the consistency of a barbecue sauce that you would buy at a store. Um, and then once it gets to that consistency, it's ready to jar up. Remember, since we are using hot liquid here with this barbecue sauce, and it is hot, that you want your jars to be hot, your flats to be hot, your rings to be hot. That way we don't risk cracking the glass at all. And I gave mine about an inch of headspace. I went up to that first ring, but you can go up to half an inch headspace. I just wasn't paying attention. And so you're going to fill to half-inch headspace, and then when you're done filling, you are going to wipe your rims with vinegar. This is an acidy-based barbecue sauce, so no problem with wiping with vinegar. But you really want to make sure you wipe it good because it is a sugary barbecue sauce. And so we don't want to have any sugar on those rims and give any reason for bacteria to ruin all of our hard work. So make sure everything's hot. I had boiling hot water in that bowl. I just have Teflon fingers. And we're putting all our lids on there fingertip tight. We don't want any of our lids to buckle. And then we're going to water bath process for 15 minutes. Look at how gorgeous that color is. Like, really, just stunning. And then make sure you screenshot at the end. I'm going to have the recipe. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you leave me a comment and tell me what you chose to put it on. It's delicious. You're not going to regret it.